Mr. Johnson, would you give us your full name and DOC number, please?
Darnell Johnson, DOC number 514919.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, this is a parole revocation hearing. I'm going to go over a few things with you. First, I'm going to go over your parole revocation questionnaire. Then I'm going to go over the allegations that allege that you have violated your conditions of parole. Then I'll ask you, as I go through each of those allegations, to plead either not guilty, guilty, or guilty with the statement. Then we'll have a discussion of those issues, and then you'll make a statement before the board, and we will vote. Do you understand our process?
Yes, sir.
Do you see that parole revocation questionnaire on the screen there?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature at the bottom of the page?
Yes, sir.
Are those answers still correct today?
Yes, sir.
Are you ready to proceed with this hearing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'm going to read the allegations against you. First allegation is number 3. The offender failed to live at the address provided of 3414 Willow Glen River Road, Alexandria, Louisiana, 71301. The offender was residing at a prohibited entity at an address previously denied for a SORP located at 413 Hickory Street, Pineville, Louisiana, 71360. The offender was instructed upon release on August the 16th of 2023 to report to the approved address, and the offender failed to comply and never reported to the approved address. How do you plead to that allegation, Mr. Johnson?
Not guilty, statement.
Not guilty with the statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Number 13, special conditions. Offenders shall follow all guidelines of sex offender guidelines. The offender failed to comply with sex offender guidelines and was in the presence of juveniles at a time of visit to this office. The offender has a juvenile victim and is prohibited from being around all juveniles at this time. How do you plead to that allegation?
Not guilty with a statement.
I'm sorry?
Not guilty with a statement.
Not guilty with the statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Whose case is this? Okay. Mr. Johnson, your case has been assigned to Mr. Alvin Roche. Mr. Roche will begin your questioning. Would you please answer any questions he might have?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Johnson, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Johnson, give me the explanation for condition number 3. You failed to live at the address that was provided for you at 3414 Willow Glen River Road in Alexandria, and then you lived at an address that was denied prior to you being released. So give me your explanation.
I had no transportation.
Anybody?
I had no transportation.
No transportation.
No
Yeah.
transportation.
Okay, yeah. How did you get to 414 Hickory Street?
My mom,
So your mom could have brought you to the other address too.
around that time, she was low on gas, and she had received a paycheck and nothing like that.
So I don't even hear I was low on gas. Both of those addresses are in the city limits of Alexandria, Louisiana. Why did you go to an address that you were told that was not approved prior to you being released, and you were told not to go to that address?
I had no transportation.
But you had transportation to 414 Hickory, right?
Yes, sir. They came they didn't want came to pick me up. They stayed way in Warville, way in Pineville, way across the bridge because I'm sure what.
Okay, so basically, you didn't go to the address that was assigned to you, that was on your parole certificate, because your mother didn't have enough gas to get you there.
Yes, sir, because
Okay, let's continue condition number 13. Special condition that you are prohibited from being in the presence of any juvenile. Why did you go to the parole officer with a juvenile in the car at the time of your visit?
At first, I didn't know that was gonna be in the car around that time because my little brother came and got me that Monday morning because that was the only transportation I had a Monday morning for me to handle all my business for to go check in at the residence. Then I ain't know that my little nieces that was in the car at the time because he showed
Okay.
wasn't going.
When you got into the car to go to the parole officer and you saw your nieces in the car, why did you get in the car?
I didn't know.
Why didn't you call your parole officer?
I had no phone. I had no phone.
So nobody in the car had a phone.
I ain't.
Nobody in the car had a cell phone.
Yeah, my brother had a phone.
Why didn't you call the parole officer?
I didn't know his number like that.
The only way that you can get to the office was to take a ride with juveniles in the car, and that was against regulations. Can I set up another appointment?
I didn't know. All this wasn't gonna happen.
Now, Mr. Johnson, let me talk to you for a second. You are a sex offender. You are a sex offender. You live by a different set of rules than anyone else. You cannot be within close proximity to any juvenile.
I know that.
You cannot live near nurses, any entity, school, church, daycare center, playground, or anywhere where there are juveniles participating in activity. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you must live at the address that's affixed to your parole certificate.
Yes, sir.
And you blatantly broke those rules and did exactly what you want to do. You want to go to the home where your children were, and
No, no kids staying right there.
who lived
My mama, my mom,
lived at 413 Hickory?
my mama, and my little brother. My little brother, 25 years old. Only two people that live there.
So why didn't you were out 5 days?
Yes, sir.
The first day you were out, you couldn't get to 3414 Willis Glen River Road. Why didn't you go there the second or third day?
Because I had the plan for the spend time with my mother because I ain't see my mother like in.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. You're not interested in being out on supervision. You want to do exactly what you want to do, when you want to do it, and you have a gross disregard for conditions that were placed on you as a sex offender. What address did you use when you went to the sheriff's office to register as a sex offender?
When? This time?
Yeah, when you got out in August, what address did you give the sheriff's office when you went to register as a sex offender?
I never had the full chance for the go because they locked me up that Monday morning.
That's exactly what I was getting at, Mr. Johnson. Within 48 hours of you being released, you needed to report to the sheriff's office, but you had a gross disregard for rules and regulations. Mr. Chairman,
I have one question. So, Mr. Johnson, why didn't you use your mother's address as your residence? You said no children were living there. Why didn't
Oh,
you?
ma'am,
Why didn't you present that one as your sex offender registration address?
I tried to. They denied it.
Why?
They say because they had like a field, like a baseball field where they cut grass, but really,
Oh, okay.
really, it's the city of Pineville where they work at.
Oh, but I guess it shows up on the map as a baseball field where kids assemble.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I just wondering why you wasn't your resident in the first place. That's all I had, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson, is there anything you'd like to say before we vote?
Yes, sir. Man, I just wanted for the prove myself when I came home. So I had a job signed up that Monday, but they locked me up and stuff like that. So I was trying my best. I went home like 5 days for to get myself full established yet.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Russia, panel ready to vote?
yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Johnson, I find you have violated conditions number 3 and condition number 13 of your parole supervision contract. Therefore, I'm going to revoke your supervision.
Thank you, Mr. Roche. Please, sir.
My vote is the same. I'm glad to know that you are aware. Mr. Roche was talking and you say, I know that. So you do know the conditions. You know you can't be in a car with kids. I'm glad to know that you know that. It just is unfortunate you couldn't figure out another way. My vote is the same for the same reasons.
Mr. Johnson, you received 2 votes to revoke. My vote likewise is the same. Your parole has been revoked today. Good luck to you, sir.